Oh, Jeff Brothers. Yeah, he's all good. What he's up to? Oh, me.
When you don't have the full picture, when you haven't heard the background stories or the voices, simplistic labels become easy to throw around. This Photo Voice project tries to bridge the gap between perceptions and reality by encouraging the homeless to tell their own stories, using photos and interviews to reflect the real world they live in.
They look at us like we're unclean and all that.
Someone calling me a scum because I'm sitting there. You know how that made me feel? It made me feel like I was a piece of shit.
Like earlier today, there was a lady and her 2 kids went past, and they were like, they touch the dog, they say hello to the man.
I had to go because I didn't like the way that they were talking to other homeless. So yeah, I had to go. And I said, look, do you really think if it wasn't for your mum and dad taking you through to university and all that and everything, you got your mummy and daddy. You'll be in exactly the same predicament as what we are now. So don't judge.
Anita is among 5 Kiowa sharing their still images for the exhibition.
And this is my nan. I'm a nanny's girl. She brought me up.
Everyone was given a cell phone by John O'Kitt, a Housing First community worker and the leader of this Photo Voice project.
The cameras will allow sort of our Kiowa and our people to sort of tell their story, I guess, from looking out to what they see, and instead of the narrative being, from another source, like normally from people looking in.
Participants were simply asked to photograph what mattered to them and then talk to those photos if they felt able.
This one is just a photo of my bottle, the one I was drinking that day. I've been drinking for since I was 12, my bro. I used to drink heaps.
Kiowa means wanderer, having no place to call yours, no place to sleep or to call home. But being a Kiowa isn't just about homelessness. So often there are deeper issues at play.
Yeah, well, everybody's got an addiction out here. Everybody that smokes cinnies, alcohol, cigarettes, they all got an addiction.
Mostly about 50% of the people on the street now, to this day now, that I've seen, have got chucked away or pretty much flicked away because they've got mental health.
And this is my happy place at the library.
We don't ask to get diagnosed with PTSD. We don't ask to get diagnosed with a trauma or whatever.
Homelessness isn't always in your face. Indeed, move away from the city and it can be hard to see.
Some nice sunset photos in here.
Tell us what the evening means.
Usually it's the end of the day for me. I live by the light.
Magnus has spent the last 10 years sleeping in his vehicle, hidden away in the wilds, far from unwanted attention.
What is it about, the flowers, the trees, the sun, the clouds?
It gives me a grounding. It's like a purity.
For other Kiowa, connection is more about community and the people they have around them.
3 bits of fence, 3 bits of plywood, and that's it. You've got a roof. It's not hard. And then they're like, oh no, I'm going to go uptown and go get some cinny bags. And I'm going, oh well, there's your problem, cousin. You're worrying about cinnies instead of worrying about where you're going to sleep for the night.
I love it here, it's cool. And I trust everyone around me as well.
Yeah.
And I know,
couch cushions.
and I know if Nooks isn't back then, if Nooks isn't around, then I know the brothers have got me. Because I've got seizures, I have epilepsy, so I get seizures and that. But if Nooks isn't around, then I know that all the brothers and that have me.
Living on the streets is about survival, quite literally, and providing a roof can be a matter of life or death.
The night that I decided to get off the street was a rainy night. Real cold. I couldn't breathe. My partner wasn't with me. He ended up going to go to the free food and come back, and I wasn't feeling well. And I stopped breathing.
Seeing the homeless on our streets has become commonplace, and it does feel uncomfortable. Who are these people who are hustling for food, for money, who are sleeping rough on the street? There is a tension between the society we want to live in and the everyday reality of an increasing number of people living on the margins.
Homeless is a real thing that's happening here in New Zealand as well as Christchurch. But New Zealand itself, homeless has become homeless because of the rent that's gone up, if you know what I mean. Like rent's gone sky high now, right now, as we're talking, and half of us can't afford it. They're finding it hard to afford it, even on the benefit. They're finding it hard. People that are working are finding it hard to pay the rent.
Just like you, the Kiowa have their strengths and their weaknesses. They have courage, and above all, they have hope. Hope their life will change.
I used to sleep on the streets of Christchurch, and then like was homeless for about 3-4 years, and then like I've only just moved into my own flat. I've been here for like about going on 3 weeks now. Shout out to Housing First, you know, they did look after me, you know. I was just like taking heaps of photos.
Photos that ask that we pause and see the Kiowa as people, not just a problem.